You know, the scariest stories are the ones that feel real. The ones you hear and think, wow, that could have happened to me. Well, we're about to dive into a story that will make you think twice about ever traveling alone after dark. Let's get into it. What we're talking about here should have been just another trip. A guy trying to get home after a long day at work. But as you're about to find out, it turned into something else entirely. A desperate race against something that just shouldn't exist. I mean, think about it for a second. It's a pretty basic fear, right? That fear of what might be lurking in the dark when you're all by yourself. Just hold on to that feeling as we start our story. All right, so our story starts in Bangalore. We're following a young man who's just trying to earn a living. His name is Khushal. So Khushal's a student, you know, juggling his studies and working this side gig as a bike taxi driver to pay the bills. But here's a really important detail you gotta remember. His bike is electric, and every now and then it forces a mandatory software update, a tiny little modern annoyance that's about to become a huge, huge problem. It's been a completely dead day, like 0 fares. He's totally ready to just call it a night and go home. And then, a notification pops up on his phone. It's a pretty good fare, but the destination is way out there, in a really remote part of the city. He figures, hey, why not? It's the only money I'll make all day. So yeah, he takes the ride. Okay, so he drops off the customer, now he has to get himself home. The city lights start to disappear in his rearview mirror, and the road ahead just gets darker and more deserted. This is the moment his ordinary night ends, and the nightmare begins. 35 kilometers. Just try to picture that. That's the distance he has to cover. No other cars on the road, no people walking around. It's just him, his bike, and this endless, sprawling darkness on the edge of the city. And, of course, just to make things even more tense, his bike's display starts flashing that warning he was hoping not to see. An update is coming. He knows he absolutely cannot stop here, not in the middle of this creepy, empty road. He's got to keep pushing forward, just try to find somewhere safer. As he's riding, something feels off. The bike, it suddenly feels heavier, sluggish. It's a feeling he knows instantly. It's the exact feeling of someone hopping onto the back seat. But he never stopped. He never saw anyone. His heart starts pounding, and he quickly glances over his shoulder. The seat behind him, it is completely empty. There is literally no one there. So this is the impossible situation he's in. His bike is telling him one thing. The engine is straining, it's working way harder, like it's carrying a passenger. But his eyes are telling him he is totally alone. It just doesn't make any sense. Khushal is trying to rationalize it, right? Trying to tell himself he's just tired, it's his imagination running wild, but that feeling is about to go from just being unnerving to being flat out terrifying. And then the absolute worst case scenario happens. His bike just dies. That forced update he was dreading, it starts. He can't override it. The screen shows a countdown, 30 minutes. He is completely stranded. A sitting duck in the pitch black with whatever was on the back of his bike. While he's just sitting there, frozen in fear, he feels it. A cold, firm hand grabs his shoulder, and then a voice whispers right next to his ear, "Where are you going all alone? Take me with you." He whips his head around, and again, nothing, just the empty road. The update somehow miraculously finishes. He doesn't think, he just reacts. He slams the throttle and just takes off, pushing the bike over 100 kilometers per hour, just desperate to get away. But he's not alone. He glances at his rearview mirror and he sees it. Pure terror, keeping pace right behind him, like it's flying, is this formless black shadow. He described it as looking like smoke, but with 2 piercing, bright white eyes staring right through him. Somehow, he makes it back to his PG, his student housing. The chase is over, but the terror has followed him home. The physical danger might be gone, but the mental horror is just getting started. He stumbles into his room, shaking like a leaf. His roommates can see he's in total shock, but he can't even get the words out to explain what just happened. He basically collapses into bed, and this raging fever just takes over his body. He finally passes out, but sleep brings no relief. He's thrown right back into a nightmare, back on that dark road. The shadow is there, and this time it makes its intentions crystal clear. It tells him, "Now that you're here, I won't be alone. I will stay with you, or I will take you with me." Khushal wakes up screaming, completely drenched in sweat. He understands now. This isn't just a memory haunting him, it's a connection. This thing has latched onto him, and he knows he can't fight it by himself. Seeing how bad he's getting, his roommates bring in the manager of the building. And thankfully, the manager, who's a bit older and wiser, he actually listens to Kushal's story and takes it seriously. He first takes him to see a guru, who immediately recognizes this is a spiritual attack and sends them to someone who specializes in this stuff, a Tantric Baba. And the instructions the Baba gives him are fascinating. They're so specific. This isn't just about praying. It's a precise, ritualistic plan. First, he's giving a protective amulet he has to wear. Second, a special mixture to sprinkle around his room to create a safe zone. But here's the crucial part. Step 3. He must stay in his room without leaving for 4 full days. The Baba explains that the entity is waiting for him outside, and he literally has to outlast it. For 4 days, Khushal does exactly what he was told, locked away in his room. And when he finally steps out, the change is instant. That heavy, oppressive feeling, that constant fear of being watched, it's all gone. He feels light, he feels fresh, he feels free. And that's where this terrifying chapter of his life comes to an end. Khushal survived. But the story, man, it leaves you with a chill, doesn't it? So I'll just leave you with this last thought to chew on. If you were in his shoes, on that bike, what would you have done? It really makes you wonder what kind of shadows are waiting on our own lonely roads.